Hello and welcome to Second Edition News. It was a promise to post-secondary students, and with the 2015 provincial budget in the books, the NDP did follow through.
NAIT students can now breathe a sigh of relief as the tuition freeze is in effect. The 2015 Alberta budget announces a 2-year cap on tuition. The tuition freeze provides stability in post-secondary schools.
Currently, the tuition freeze is important to a lot of students because it gives them predictability. They're able to see what their tuition is going to cost them this year and next year so they can budget for it appropriately.
More students are encouraged to apply to post-secondary now that there is a $183 million increase in student loans. This will allow students who cannot afford post-secondary to still have the opportunity.
Mayor Don Iveson and community members are bringing attention to family violence to reduce the number of incidents. The mayor announces November as Family Violence Prevention Month in Edmonton. Family violence affects everyone from children to seniors.
It's really important to bring the community together to build an understanding of what is available and what just friends and family, co-workers, what everybody can do to help when somebody is impacted by family violence.
Having a community response is important to prevent family violence. In 2014, Edmonton Police Services had almost 8,000 domestic violence incident reports. 7 out of 10 violent acts go unreported. The 2015 Alberta budget announced in September includes $15 million in additional funding to support emergency shelters.
Edmonton Police Chief Rod Connect and members of the EPS Canine Unit are honoring the memory of the fallen police service dogs. A monument was unveiled at Edmonton Police Services Balavan Kennels.
I think it's important just to show that there's some dedication and they put a lot of hard work in their lives eventually on the line. There's a lot of training that goes into these dogs. There's a lot of time spent raising the dogs, and it's just important to show the value that they have, and they should be recognized for the sacrifices they made.
The canines show the importance of their role by performing a mock rescue. When the canine unit began 48 years ago, they only had 3 handlers and dogs. Now, the unit has 15.
Sponsors, providers, and many volunteers came together with Habitat for Humanity to build homes for families. 9 deserving families received keys to their new homes in the largest habitat development in Canada. Don Neufeld, one of the sponsors, had the pleasure of giving a key to one of the families.
Well, that is always such a special thing to do. The families are so excited, and it's the start of a new life for them.
Habitat for Humanity is one step closer to providing a safe place for everyone to live in. This allows parents to spend more time with their children.
I don't have to work as much as a single parent. I won't have to get another job to come up with a down payment, more time with my daughter.
If you would like to help build a home for a family, you can visit the Habitat for Humanity website.
On Halloween, kids took part in a fun activity at City Hall.
Where to go? I did it! I went to the site. Now I'm doing it without a light.
The Youth Empowerment Support Services built a maze completely out of cardboard boxes to raise money and awareness for the youth.
This is a great fundraiser for Yes. This event already has raised over $20,000 alone just from a cardboard box maze.
The Amazing Maze is designed to educate people about the efforts to help at-risk youth in Edmonton, whether that includes getting food to eat to graduating high school. All of the proceeds from the maze go to Yes, and if you would like to donate, you could go to yes.org.
On Halloween, volunteers from NAIT Student Association went trick-or-treating for a good cause. Students from NAIT went door-to-door to collect non-perishable food items for the NAITSA Food Center. Food that is donated is available to students who cannot provide for themselves.
It feels good because you can do what you want to do when you were a kid, but maybe now that you're older, you don't feel comfortable doing it anymore. But you're free to do it because you're doing it for a good cause.
Volunteers collected more than 1,200 pounds of food for students in need. NAITSA members say they will definitely consider making this a yearly event because of how successful it turned out. If you'd like to get more information on how you can donate, you can visit naitsa.ca/food-center. Well, Kevin, there's a lot happening in the world of sports.
On and off a campus.
There is indeed. From Oil Kings action to high school football, it's been busy. But let's start it off with the Ooks. The Ooks women's basketball team had their home opener on Friday against the Grand Prairie Wolves. The women started strong as Elisa Zuchek drives the basket for 2. The Wolves would keep them in check as they battled back and drained a couple points from the free throw line. The Wolves kept pace through the first quarter, but then the Ooks took over. First, Rye Hooper missed an opportunity, but Tori Hill was there to clean it up, and after missing her first shot, she sinks her own rebound for a deuce. Then, Jordan Enns drains the in-tight jumper. The Wolves would try to battle back as Megan Belcourt sinks a nice moonshot from just inside the arc, but the Ooks would prove to be too much as Rye Hooper caps off what ended up being a 70-57 final. The Eskimos are in for a long break as they've earned the top spot in the West, meaning they have a first-round bye for playoffs. But the Esks also have a first-round or a last-week bye of the regular season, making them wait 3 weeks for their next game. Once the wait is over, the Eskimos will host the Western semifinals in hopes to punch their ticket to the Grey Cup in Winnipeg later this month. The break gives injured Eskimos like running back Shakir Bell some time to heal from injury, but they have to be conscious not to become complacent, having not played in so long. Football season is coming to a close, and most of the high school teams are done practicing. The McNally Tigers are an exception as they continue taking the practice field in preparation for one last battle. The team finished the regular season with a perfect 6-0 record, but more impressive than that, they outscored their opponents 207-47 on the season. The Tigers were faced with the adversity of having a bye week in the final week of regular season and then another bye week in the first week of playoffs due to finishing first. That didn't seem to slow the Tigers down at all as they stomped Ardrossan 40-0, extending their streak to 7. With the most important game of the season fast approaching, the Tigers have been training hard, which is exactly what assistant coach Steve Holzer accredits to their success.
We have a really strong group of players in terms of the teamwork and the ethic that they have, and the coaches have been able to take all those players and those pieces and put them together to make things work well for us.
The Tigers look to complete the perfect season this Saturday as they take on St. Albert in the Miles Division Final. St. Albert finished the season 3-3, but won their way to the finals to face McNally. The last time these two teams met, the Tigers beat St. Albert 35-0. The Oil Kings look to bounce back from a loss last week as they hosted the Spokane Chiefs. The OKs started strong as Dario Meyer slipped a backhander through the legs of Chiefs netminder Tyson Verhelst. Then Luke Bortolici broke past the D and he was in all alone, but was turned away for one of Verhelst's 35 saves. The lead was short-lived as Kyler Yamamoto squeezed a snapshot through the arm of Patrick Day. Yamamoto buried his second of the night, finishing off a beautiful passing play. Riley Whittingham put the nail in the coffin after he tucked away an empty netter and handed the Oil Kings their 9th loss in 10 games.
Wow, good luck to the Tigers this weekend.
And let's hope the Eskimos are well rested with their 3 weeks off before they kick off the finals.
Yeah, and hopefully those Oil Kings turn it around as well.
Well, this has been Second Edition News. Thank you for joining us.
Hello and welcome to Cooking with Ernest. My name is Nathan Spence and today I'm joined by Chef Dan, who's going to be showing us how to make some fancy blueberry muffins today.
Yes, so basically we're going to start off with some room temperature butter here, and we're going to throw it into our mixer with our sugar, and we're going to do what's called creaming.
Is there a reason we're using margarine versus butter?
It really doesn't matter, it's just depending on what your health conscious is. It all acts the same when you cook it. We got some eggs here which we're going to crack. And we're definitely gonna add this to our butter mixture once it has creamed together.
Okay, once it creams up.
Basically creaming is just adding air into the butter.
Oh, okay.
So this will help with our lift and all our different
make it a bit more fluffy.
Exactly. So we're just gonna plop those in right now. And we're gonna do it until it's combined, and then we'll add our liquid mixture, which is our milk. As you can see, we're not adding a lot of milk into it. We're just doing enough to offset our berries that we'll be adding at the very end.
Now with the berries, is it better to use fresh or frozen berries?
It really doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I like to use fresh if it's in season. If it's frozen, is better product. It's all good.
Doesn't affect the quality of the muffins though?
No, it doesn't. So we have some flour in here, some baking powder, and some salt. Okay. So the flour is there for our strength, and then we add our baking powder for our lift or fluffiness, and that's just gonna help stabilize it better. So we're gonna mix that together nice and slow.
Shooting out a little bit there.
And this is gonna be a little bit thicker because of the fact of the blueberries. So blueberries and any other berry that you're gonna add to your muffins tend to have a lot of liquid.
Okay.
So this batter is a lot thicker, as you can see, right?
So it helps even it out.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna scrape that off our paddle here. And then we're gonna mix in our berries. So we're just gonna plop them in.
Now I noticed the muffins and trays are a little different from the standard muffins.
Yes, they are. I like to have a lot of muffin top personally.
Oh, okay. I think everyone does.
Yeah, it's a lot more delicious.
Well,
and then we're gonna scoop it in.
Well, that looks and smells delicious. If you want to figure out how to make this recipe yourself, visit naitnewswatch.ca and click on the second edition tab. Chef Dan, thank you, and thanks for joining us.